Hello. In our previous video, we talked about the atomic structure and we also talked about what an atom is. And I told you that atoms are made up of three subparticles. In this video, we're going to be looking at these three subparticles. In the previous video, I gave you a span: proton, electron, and neutron. Now we're going to be looking at the characteristics or the features of these three subparticles. And in doing that, I'm going to do that in a tabular form. Okay, follow me. In a tabular form. So here, I'm going to do this in a tabular form. Okay, so these are the what? Particle. Here represent the what? The charge. Charge. This is charge. This is the what? Relative mass. Relative mass. This is the mass. Okay? This is the mass. And here we'll look at the location where we can find this particle. And lastly, we'll look at the what? The importance. The importance of this particle in an atom. So let's look at the first one. I gave you pen. P-E-N. Proton. Let's start with proton. Proton. Can you see? Hello, can you see? Can you see this? Can you see it? Good. So you have proton. What's the charge? The charge, it's positive. So 1e. Okay? Now, what's the relative mass of proton? The relative mass of proton is what? 1. What is the mass of proton? The mass of proton is 1.76 times 10 raised to the power minus 24. Okay? Grams. That is the mass. So let me just put the grams here. Grams here, okay? Okay? So this is the relative mass and this is the mass, 1.76. Where do we find the proton? Location. Inside, we find it inside the what? The nucleus. The nucleus of an atom. We find it inside the nucleus of what? An atom. What is its importance? It determines the atomic number. So it does what? It determines the what? The atomic what? Number. Can you see that? So let's take this now. So the reason why I'm tabularizing it so that it will be very easy for you to be able to comprehend. Now let's look at pen. Electron. Electron. What is electron? It's negative. Its charge is negative. So it's minus 1e. Okay? Negative. What's the relative mass? 1 over 1840 or more. Or more. So 1 over 1840. That is its relative mass. And what is the what? The mass of electron. The mass of electron is 0.1 times 10 to the power minus 28. No wonder the electron can move around easily. Its mass is less compared to that of proton. That is why you see the electron revolving around the what? The shell of an atom. Where do we find it? The location. We find at the outer part of an atom. Revolving around the what? Revolving around the what? The shell. Okay, so what is its importance of the electron? With this electron, we can be able to determine what we call electronic what? Configuration. With this presence of this electron, another importance is that it can help us in what we call valency. The combining power of an atom, valency. It can also help us in what we call the reaction. Okay? Reaction or reactivity. Reactivity. So it supports an atom in its reaction or reactivity. It is the electron. When you talk about bonding, when the electron leaves that atom to bond with another atom, a reaction is said to has taken place, as the case may be. So the electron is very important in electronic configuration, valency, which is the combining power of an atom, and also the reaction or reactivity process that takes place when two atoms come together in a chemical reaction, as the case may be. Okay, so now The next one is neutron. From the word neutron, it's also letting you know that it is neutral in this case. So neutron has no charge. It is what? No charge, nil. So we'll put nil here, no charge. What is its relative mass? It's also, the mass of neutron is also relatively equals to 1 as the proton. And what is the mass too? Its mass is also what? 1.76 times 10 to the power minus 24. You have, see, look at the application here. You are having this here. Can you see it now? And again, I want you to know the location. Where do we also find it? We also find it inside the where? Inside the nucleus. We find it inside the nucleus of an atom. Can you see that now? We find it inside the nucleus of an atom. What does it do? What is its importance? It determines the what? The mass what? Number of an atom. The mass number of an atom. With this, we come to the end of the features or characteristics of the what? Of the pen. Proton, electron, and neutron. I'd like you to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Adobe Fikemba. And at the same time, I also like you to follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel at Adobe Fikemba. So with this, we come to the end. Thank you. I want to ask you a question. One of the questions I want to ask you, I want you to give me another feature or another function or importance of the proton, electron or neutron outside what I've given to you. I'd like you to write it on the comment section. Thank you. See you in the next video. Chemistry.